Hello students, welcome to chemistry online classes. Second PUC syllabus we have started with surface chemistry lesson. This is lecture second. In this lecture we are going to see types of adsorption. There are two types of adsorption. What is adsorption? Already we have seen in previous class. Adsorption is accumulation of adsorbate on the surface of adsorbent. Okay. And two types of adsorptions are there: physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Physical adsorption is also called as physisorption. Chemical adsorption is also called as chemisorption. Okay. Now students, these two types of adsorptions are generally seen when gases are getting adsorbed on the surface of solid. If gases are getting adsorbed on the surface of solid. So here gases are adsorbate, solid is our adsorbent. So let us start with these two types of adsorptions. Physical adsorption means what? If adsorption is taking place, accumulation of molecular species. Here we are going to consider molecular species as gases. So accumulation of gases on the surface of solid takes place by weak van der Waals force of attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent. Weak van der Waals force of attraction is present, then that type of adsorption is called as physical adsorption or physisorption. Okay. Opposite. Chemisorption, name itself tells you that if between adsorbate and adsorbent chemical bonds are present, then that type of adsorption is called as chemisorption or chemical adsorption. Okay. So let us see the definitions of physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Definition: if accumulation of gases on the surface of solid takes place by weak van der Waals force of attraction, very weak force of attraction is present, then that type of adsorption is called as physical adsorption. Definition of chemical adsorption, what can you say students? Similarly, you can say the definition of chemical adsorption: accumulation of actually molecular species, but here we are going to consider gases. So I am writing accumulation of gases on the surface of solid by formation of chemical bond. Is called as chemical adsorption. Students, in this lecture we are going to see both these adsorptions in detail. So let us start with physical adsorption first. Let us write characteristics of physical adsorption. First very important characteristic of physical adsorption is lack of specificity. Lack of specificity means what? Now see, when gases are getting adsorbed on the surface of solid by van der Waals force of attraction, then all gases have van der Waals force of attraction. Van der Waals force of attraction is universal. All gases are having that force of attraction. So there is no specificity that which gas will get adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. All gases. Okay, all gases will get adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. So it is called as lack of specificity. Okay, all gases gets adsorbed. Why all gases gets absorbed? Because as van der Waals forces are universal, all gases are having van der Waals force of attraction. So all gases will get adsorbed on the surface of solid. Okay, no specific condition is there. So it is called as lack of specificity is there for physical adsorption. Okay, means there is, we can say that there is no preference. There is no preference for a particular gas. There is no particular preference for a particular gas. All gases gets adsorbed because all gases are having van der Waals force of attraction as it is universal. This is called as lack of specificity. Now students, second characteristic of physical adsorption is nature of adsorbate. Just now we saw that all gases will get adsorbed on the surface of solid. But still, now among all these gases, which gas will get adsorbed on the surface readily or easily? That is called as nature of adsorbate. Student, who is adsorbate here? Gases. Gases are adsorbate. So which gases will get adsorbed? All. In that, who will get adsorbed readily? Who will get adsorbed easily? That is called as nature of adsorbate. Physical adsorption depends upon nature of adsorbate. What type of nature is there? Now let us see among all gases which gases will be easily adsorbed. Okay. Then highly liquefiable gases gets adsorbed easily or readily. Highly liquefiable gas is there, then it will get adsorbed on the surface very easily or very fastly, readily. Okay. Then student, what do you mean by highly liquefiable gases? Highly liquefiable gases means gases having high critical temperature. Gases having high critical temperature are called as highly liquefiable gases. More the critical temperature, more liquefiable gas. This concept we have seen in first PUC in Andrews experiment in liquefaction of gases. Okay. So highly liquefiable gases having high critical temperature will get adsorbed very fast, readily. What is the reason for that? Reason is highly liquefiable gases are having stronger van der Waals force of attraction. Anyhow, van der Waals force of attraction is weak itself. But in that, little strength is more in highly liquefiable gases because they have strong van der Waals forces. Okay. So students, we have seen two characteristics. First was lack of specificity. Second is nature of adsorbate. All gases will get adsorbed on the surface if physical adsorption is taking place. But if gas is easily liquefiable gas, highly liquefiable gas, then it will get adsorbed on the surface readily, fastly. Okay, here one more question is also asked. Different gases will be given, their critical temperatures will be given, and they will ask you write the order of physical adsorption. Who will get adsorbed first or readily? Like this question will be asked. So let us see one example here. Imagine that for you students, three gases are given: SO2 having critical temperature 690, methane 190 Kelvin, hydrogen. These are gases, these are their critical temperatures. Critical temperatures. Now out of this, which gas gets readily adsorbed? Which will show more physical adsorption? Like this question will be asked. So how will you say? Looking towards critical temperature, you can see that greater the critical temperature, easily liquefiable gas. And easily liquefiable gases gets adsorbed easily, okay, or readily. So order becomes like this. Understood? Higher the critical temperature, more liquefiable gas it is, and easily liquefiable gases gets adsorbed readily. Okay. So let us move towards third characteristic of physical adsorption. Third characteristic is reversibility. Physical adsorption is reversible. Okay. It is reversible at high pressure and low temperature. It is reversible at high pressure and low temperature. Let us see how. Reversible means what? Okay, see if gases are there, see here, gas on solid. How I am writing? See, gas is getting adsorbed on the surface of solid. A reversible process. Here I will write gas on solid. Plus I must write heat strength. What is the reason why I wrote heat? Because in previous class we have seen that adsorption is a exothermic process. Heat will be given out. That's why here I am writing plus heat. Okay. Delta H will be negative. Now here gas plus solid. This process is exothermic. This is adsorption. Adsorption is exothermic. What do you mean by exothermic? Heat will be given out. Heat will be given out means temperature will increase. So I am writing here, in this process temperature increases. Okay. Now how is this process reversible? Okay. At high pressure, if pressure applied is more, if on gases we are applying high pressure, then under high pressure more gases gets adsorbed on the surface of solid. and if you will release the pressure, if you will decrease the pressure, some of the gases which are already adsorbed on the surface will come out. This is called as reversible nature. Reversibility means reversible nature is there. Physical adsorption is reversible. Under high pressure, how much you are applying more and more pressure, more gases will get adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. Once you release the pressure, pressure decreases, gases come out from the adsorbent. This is called as reversible nature. Student, if a reaction is reversible and exothermic, then which principle we will apply? For reversible and exothermic reaction, we will generally apply Le Chatelier's principle. So according to Le Chatelier's principle, temperature should be low or high for physical adsorption to take place. Let us see. What is Le Chatelier's principle? If equilibrium is there, if a system is in equilibrium and there happens any change with respect to temperature, pressure or concentration, then yes, if there is any change in temperature, pressure, concentration in a system which is at equilibrium, then equilibrium will never accept that change. It tries to nullify the change, it tries to cancel out the change. Okay. Let us see now. Imagine that this reaction takes place at a particular temperature T. Reaction takes place at a particular temperature T. And if we will decrease the temperature, if temperature is decreased, then equilibrium do not accept the change. It tries to increase the temperature. How equilibrium can increase the temperature? It will favor forward reaction. Because forward reaction is exothermic, heat will be given out, so temperature increases. Like this, forward reaction is favored, and forward reaction is nothing but physical adsorption. That's why physical adsorption takes place at lower temperature. So here I will add a point. It is means physical adsorption is favored at lower temperature. How much temperature less, that much more physical adsorption will take place. Lesser the temperature, more is the physical adsorption. Physical adsorption is favored at low temperature. Okay, it needs less temperature. This we have seen according to Le Chatelier's principle. If high temperature will be there, then what will happen, student? Imagine reaction is taking place at a temperature T. If temperature is increased, equilibrium do not accept the change. It tries to decrease the temperature. How equilibrium can decrease the temperature? A reverse or backward reaction is favored. And what is backward reaction? Opposite endothermic reaction. And here backward reaction is desorption. Forward reaction is adsorption. Backward reaction is desorption. I hope student you remember the concept of desorption. Removal of adsorbate from the surface of adsorbent is called as desorption. So desorption will take place at high temperature. Okay. So student, I hope you understood a reversible nature of physical adsorption very well. Okay. Let us move towards next characteristic of physical adsorption. That is surface area of adsorbent. physical adsorption also depends upon surface area of adsorbent. How much more surface area is available, more adsorbate will get adsorbed on the surface and more physical adsorption will take place. That's why surface area of adsorbent should be more. Now how to increase the surface area of adsorbent? Here who is adsorbent? We have taken adsorbent as solid, generally metals. How can we increase its surface area? Metal surface area is increased by converting that metal into a finely divided powder. Okay, metal is divided into fine powder. If it is solid, that much only surface area is available for adsorption. But if it is converted into fine powder and it is spread, then surface area will be more and more adsorbate gets adsorbed and more adsorption takes place. Like this, more surface area of adsorbent is necessary for physical adsorption or whichever adsorption. How surface area is increased? Two ways are there. Either solid, that is metal, is converted into finely divided powder, or else that solid, that metal is porous. It is made porous. If porous nature is there, that also increases much surface area. So under this condition I will write surface area of adsorbent, more surface area, then there will be more adsorption. More the area, more is the adsorption, and it is done by using finely divided metal, or you can use porous nature of metal. Pores are made in the metal. Metal is made porous. Pores will increase the surface area. Let us move towards next characteristic of physical adsorption. Last characteristic, that is nothing but enthalpy of adsorption. Now student, enthalpy of adsorption means how much energy is released when adsorption takes place. Already we know that adsorption is an exothermic process. Of course, whenever adsorption takes place, heat will be given out. This already we have seen in first class. Okay. Exothermic process is there, heat is going to be released when adsorption takes place. But in physical adsorption, Van der Waals force of attraction is present between adsorbate and adsorbent. Weak Van der Waals force of attraction is present. That's why less amount of heat will be given out. Okay, and that's why here I am writing enthalpy of adsorption for physical adsorption is low, around 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. Why it happens? Because Van der Waals, due to weak Van der Waals forces. Of course, enthalpy of adsorption, heat will be given out, exothermic only. But due to weak Van der Waals force of attraction, less amount of heat will be given out, around 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. Like this students, we have seen in detail physical adsorption. Now let us see characteristics of chemical adsorption in detail. Yes students, let us see chemical adsorption in detail. What is chemical adsorption? Accumulation of gases on the surface of adsorbent or on the surface of solid by formation of chemical bond. Means between adsorbate and adsorbent, chemical bond is present. Then that type of adsorption is called as chemical adsorption or chemisorption. Let us see the characteristics of chemical adsorption in detail. Okay. First characteristic. In physical adsorption, we have seen lack of specific specificity. Here we'll see high specificity. For chemical adsorption, specificity is very high. Means all gases don't get adsorbed on the surface of solid. It is highly specific. Then which gases gets adsorbed on the surface of solid? See, it depends on the gas. If that gas can form a chemical bond with that solid here generally a metal. If that gas can form a chemical bond with the adsorbent or with the solid, then only that gas will get adsorbed by chemisorption. All gases do not get adsorbed. It is called as high specificity is there. Okay. So, unlike physical adsorption, in chemical adsorption, all gases don't get adsorbed. It is highly specific. The gas which can form a chemical bond with solid, that only gets adsorbed. By chemical adsorption. For example, if one metal is there, solid, adsorbent, and gas is passed, imagine oxygen is passed. That oxygen gas will get adsorbed by chemisorption on the surface of the metal if that metal is forming oxide. If metal is ready to form oxide, it is forming bond with oxygen in the form of oxide, then only that oxygen gas gets adsorbed on the surface of solid or that metal. Understood? Specific. Imagine hydrogen is there and downside metal is transition metal. Transition metal means d-block metal. That hydrogen gas will get adsorbed on the surface of transition metal if the transition metal is forming hydride with that. Means chemical bond is forming, then only that gas will get adsorbed on the surface of solid. So this is very specific. So I told oxygen gets adsorbed on the basis of oxide formation. If metal is forming oxide, then only oxygen will get adsorbed. H2 gets adsorbed on the basis of hydride formation. If that metal is forming hydride with that hydrogen, then only hydrogen will get adsorbed or else not. Like this, chemical adsorption is highly specific. Okay. Let us move towards second characteristic of chemical adsorption, that is it is having irreversible nature. In physical we have seen reversible nature, here we are seeing irreversible nature. Very easily you can understand, students. See, metal is there, gas has formed chemical bond with the solid, gas has adsorbed on the surface of solid. By chemical adsorption, chemical bond is formed, new compound is formed. Of course, again it will not get reversed. Irreversible reaction will take place because new compound has formed, strong chemical bonds has formed. In chemical adsorption, we have seen that accumulation of gases on the surface of solid takes place by formation of chemical bond. Which type of chemical bond? Chemical bond, strong chemical bond will form. It can be ionic bond or it can be covalent bond. Okay. So very strong bond is formed between adsorbate and adsorbent, and that's why chemical adsorption is irreversible in nature. Okay. So for irreversible nature, I will write as chemical bonds are formed. That what type of chemical bonds are formed? Strong chemical bonds are formed. Chemical adsorption is not reversible, or you can say new compound is formed. And that's why chemical adsorption is not at all reversible in nature. Okay. Chemical adsorption takes place, or it is favored. It is favored at high temperature. Student, try to understand the meaning of this sentence. It is favored at high temperature means what? How much high temperature, that much good for chemical adsorption. If temperature goes on increasing, chemical adsorption goes on increasing. Chemical adsorption is favored at high temperature. More the temperature, more is the chemical adsorption. Okay. So for chemical adsorption, high temperature is required. In physical adsorption, we have seen low temperature was required. Okay. So students, second characteristic you understood, irreversible nature of chemical adsorption. Let us move towards fourth characteristic. Fourth characteristic, again we can say surface area of adsorbent. Who is adsorbent here? Solid. For example, metal. Okay. Chemical adsorption also depends upon surface area of solid or surface area of adsorbent. More is the surface area, more adsorption will take place. Of course, students, how much more surface area is available, more adsorbate, more gases will get adsorbed, and that's why more adsorption will take place. Previously, just now we have discussed how to increase surface area. Just now we have seen that surface area should be more for more adsorption to take place, and surface area can be increased by, if it is by using finely divided metal or by using porous metal. If metal is finely divided, more surface area will be available. If metal is porous nature, then also more surface area is available. Okay. So like this, our third characteristic is over. Third characteristic, surface area adsorbent. Okay. It is very similar to physical adsorption. Now let us move towards fourth characteristic of chemical adsorption, enthalpy of adsorption. Of course, adsorption is an exothermic process. Adsorption is exothermic process, heat will be given out. But how much heat will be given out? Enthalpy of adsorption for chemical adsorption is high. More amount of heat will be given out, student. It depends upon what type of bond is present between adsorbate and adsorbent. In physical adsorption, already we have seen that the bond was weak, that's why less enthalpy of adsorption was there. In chemical adsorption, of course, the bond between adsorbate and adsorbent is stronger chemical bond, ionic bond, covalent bond, any strong chemical bond will be present, and that's why high enthalpy of adsorption is there for chemical adsorption. More amount of heat will be given out. Exothermic only, but heat given out will be more. How much? There is a range of 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. Okay. So let us see. Okay, we have finished both types of chemical adsorption. Students, here characteristics are over. Now, is it possible that physical adsorption can be converted to chemical adsorption? Yes, it is possible. Let us see one small example. Okay. See here, students, nickel is there. What is this nickel? Nickel is a metal that is solid, so it is our adsorbent. Imagine that on this nickel adsorbent, hydrogen molecule is adsorbed. Can you see this is molecule? This is hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule is adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent nickel metal solid, gas on solid. This gas, hydrogen gas, has adsorbed by weak van der Waals force of adsorption. So I will say this as physisorption. This is physisorption. It takes place at low temperature. Okay. But if temperature increases, then what happens? If temperature increase, little more temperature will be there, then that hydrogen molecule dissociates. Hydrogen molecule dissociates and it forms chemical bond. These are now hydrogen atoms. Here it was molecule. Here now these are molecule has been dissociated into atoms. That hydrogen atoms has formed chemical bond with nickel, and this type of adsorption is called as chemisorption. So students, which takes place at high temperature. Like this, sometime on increasing temperature, physical adsorption can be passed into chemical adsorption. Now let us try and discuss the differences between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Yes students, let us see the difference between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Of course, first point of difference is physical adsorption takes place due to formation of van der Waals force of attraction, and chemical adsorption takes place due to formation of chemical bond between adsorbate and adsorbent. Okay. First point is in definition only. Second point, physical adsorption lacks specificity. All gases can get adsorbed by physical adsorption. Chemical adsorption is highly specific. Specificity is very high. Okay. So second point is here physical adsorption lacks specificity. All gases can get adsorbed in physical adsorption. Here it is highly specific. Now, third point, which gases gets adsorbed by physical adsorption? Answer is of course all. But who gets adsorbed readily? Easily liquefiable gases gets adsorbed easily or readily, fastly. Here, the gases which can form chemical bond with the adsorbent gets adsorbed readily. The gas must form a chemical bond with the adsorbent. Then only that gas gets adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. Next point, reversible nature. It is irreversible nature. We have discussed this nature just now. Next, physical adsorption is favored at low temperature. How much temperature is less? that much it is good, or more and more physical adsorption takes place at lower temperature. Lesser the temperature, more is the physical adsorption. High temperature is required for chemical adsorption, or it is favored at high temperature. Higher the temperature, more is the chemical adsorption. Okay. Next, enthalpy of adsorption. Enthalpy of adsorption for physical adsorption is low. Yes, because weak van der Waals forces are there, so less energy will be given out. Enthalpy of adsorption is low. We have seen the values also, 20 to 40 kilojoule per mole. While in chemical adsorption, enthalpy of adsorption is high. How much high? 80 to 240 kilojoule per mole. Why it is high? Because of presence of strong chemical bond between adsorbate and adsorbent. Next point. No appreciable activation energy is required. Physical adsorption don't need any activation energy. What is activation energy? It is minimum amount of energy that species must have to take part in a particular chemical reaction. For physical adsorption, anyhow weak van der Waals forces are there, no activation energy is required. But for chemical adsorption, high activation energy is required, and that is why chemical adsorption takes place at high temperature. Okay, heating is done, more the temperature, more activation energy will be there, which is required for chemical adsorption. See students, as high activation energy is needed for chemical adsorption, chemical adsorption is also called as activated adsorption. Which adsorption is called as activated? Chemical adsorption, because high activation energy is needed. Last point, physical adsorption, we have seen that van der Waals force of attraction is there, so first layer got adsorbed. Imagine that on the metal, first layer got adsorbed. If again pressure is applied, again more gases gets adsorbed on forming more and more layers one above the other. So multimolecular layers are formed in physical adsorption. Why multimolecular? Because many molecules get adsorbed on the surface of solid in physical adsorption. Reason is there need only weak van der Waals force of attraction, which is present in all gases, and that's why first layer got adsorbed, on that second layer, third layer, like this many layers are formed in physical adsorption. But in chemical adsorption, when gases gets adsorbed on the surface of solid, that time that gases forms chemical bond with the adsorbent, and that's why only one layer is possible. Second layer is not possible, because again chemical bonds will not be formed. First layer has already formed chemical bonds. So here it results into unimolecular layer. Here multimolecular layer, and here unimolecular layer is formed. Like this, difference between physical and chemical adsorption is over. In next class we will see next topic.